Hello, dear students. So I don't remember if this is our second or third video today. Which one is it? Third? Third video. I want to talk to you a little bit about what it means to be certain, okay? So we talked about more and less certain, okay? If I am more certain about one thing and less certain about another, it doesn't necessarily mean at all that I'm somehow uncertain about that thing I'm less certain, okay? So I could be totally certain about this, totally certain about that, but more certain about this than I am about that. Seems like a difficult concept, and it's cool. Let's start with a similitude, okay? I'll use in my case and in your case. In my case, I like beer, and I like wine more. Just because I like wine more, that doesn't mean there's something about beer that I dislike. There's nothing about beer that I dislike. I like beer, but I like wine more. In your case, it might be that you like vanilla ice cream, vainilla ice cream. And you probably like dulce de leche ice cream more than you like vanilla ice cream, okay, helado ice cream. So that doesn't mean necessarily, and in my case, I like vanilla ice cream and I like dulce de leche ice cream more. It certainly doesn't mean that there's something I dislike about vanilla. I just like dulce de leche ice cream more. I like wine more than I like beer, but there's nothing I dislike about beer. I like dulce de leche ice cream, so I like beer less. I like dulce de leche ice cream, I like vanilla less, but that doesn't mean there's something I dislike about vanilla ice cream. Okay, it's the same way in certitude, all right? We come to certain knowledge because of other knowledge, therefore that first knowledge is this knowledge depends on this, so we have to be more certain about that, okay? Let's give a couple of examples in three ways. Let's say even about God. Okay, I'm certain that God exists, and I'm not going to give you full proofs right now, but I'll give you the Cliff Note version of these proofs for the existence of God. Let's talk about order in the universe. I see a house, I experience reality, I'm touching things, and then I experience a house, and I see order in the house, especially if I've done Euclid, then I can see proportion and things like that and say, wow, I wonder who is the designer of this house, and I wonder who the carpenters are who do the amazing work to make this beautiful house. So I see the house, and I reason to the carpenter, and I reason to the architect, okay? Then I look at the carpenter, and I see life in general, and smart people, and the design of hands and eyes, and then I say, okay, I wonder who designed this? And then I reason to a designer we call God, okay? Certitude, because I see design in reality, I experience reality, I reason to something that I'm absolutely certain about, but it's less familiar to me, okay? So I'm familiar, I come into contact with wood, with air, with water, with houses, and then because of that familiarity through my senses, through my experience, I come to a certitude about another thing that is less familiar to me. As far as my intellect goes, God is less familiar to me than a beautiful house that I experience. That was the first way. Second way of thinking about things, mobility. I see mobile things. I see a soccer ball, a football, or a rugby ball going through the air, and I look back and say, wow, who kicked that? That's an amazing kick. So because of mobile things, I reason to an immobile thing, okay? And I know that the guy who kicked the ball isn't immobile, but he's in a way less mobile than the ball. And then I look at the guy and I see that he's moving, then I look at motion as such, and I see that it must be something like Aristotle talks about. Motion is the actuality of the potential, and so far as the potential, don't pretend to understand that. But I see that act must bring something into motion, and that things potentially in motion because there's act. Then I reason to that there must be this thing is the cause of all motion that doesn't move. Nothing is moving it, and it's not moving, and it's the cause of all motion. And I reason to that, and I'm sure about that. So I see mobile things, I reason back to immobile things. What I see in mobile things are more familiar to me. And I reason back with absolute certitude, if I do it well, of this thing that's unfamiliar to me, but I'm certain about it, that it exists. And that's called the unmoved mover, okay? Another way might be through say, understanding, okay? Aristotle will conclude that God is understanding, 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 okay? And I might think then about my own understanding. I don't know how he did it. It's been too long since I've looked at the metaphysics. It's an amazing book, very difficult. But I reason to, through thinking about my own understanding, the way I understand things, the way we understand things, and I come to sort of principles of understanding, I come to the conclusion with absolute certitude that this first being is an intelligent being with understanding of the way things are, because he made the way things are, okay? So, through design, through mobility, through our own experience of understanding, we can come to a conclusion about God, first of all, his existence, and maybe even something about him, that he's an intelligent being, okay? So, that's the main thing I wanted to talk about. Let's put a little pause, and I'm going to go back to one other thing.